is day 10 of the winter novel marathon, and yeah, yesterday was a very tiring day. So today I'm definitely trying to improve what I can. I'm at about 168,413 words, I believe. So we're starting pretty strong. If I'm, if I'm on time, if I'm on pace, I should reach probably 170K. So that's very nice. Honestly, I've gone from 150 to 170 very quickly, probably the quickest out of the entirety of writing the novel, other than maybe what I did last year in December when I was kind of continuing from what I wrote right before I finished my first book, because it was a direct sequel, and I thought, hey, I might as well start. It was like 2 weeks after I finished the novel. I was like, it's time. And then I realized it was, I was way in over my head. So it's time to get to it now. And so that's what I did in last December. And it looks like I'm going to finish it this December. So yeah, I'll check in with you when I can, whenever I have anything substantial. I'll try not to check in at like 400, 500 words. We'll try to check in at like maybe close to 1,000. But that's about it for now. I'll see you when that happens. All right, as you can see, workout is now over. I didn't update for a while, but a lot happened today. Not a whole lot of writing. I did get to about 800 words. So like I said, I haven't updated until I got that far. So before we worked out, I got to about 800 words. I got, how many would that be left? Another 800, maybe a little more. But yeah, I've got to make some dinner first. So that's going to be some beef stir fry, like I did in one of the other videos. Yeah, after that, I got to drive my girlfriend back home, and we good. We got to write a little more. Also a little bit more of the screenplay, so that's looking up. Yeah, I'll just update you after all that is done. And yeah, well, not all that much. Honestly, these last few days have not been exciting. It's just trying to get to the word count, but really nothing fun has been going on. Nothing to really talk about. So yeah, I'll check in later. Oof, you might be wondering, why is it dark all of a sudden? There's only been like, what, 2 minutes of this video? Well, yeah, it's a short one. I just had a lot of stuff to do that didn't, I couldn't really take my phone around all the time, and it was just charging a lot of the day. But yeah, we up. We're at 1,758, so yeah, did pretty well today. We're at exactly 170,246 words, so that's awesome. Even counting the other stuff that's like not, the character, the little character thing, just so I know like what characters are in the scenes, just to remember. And then the plot summary for the chapter, that's, yeah, we're at exactly pretty much 170,000. It's pretty crazy, because I think we have 80K left before the book's done, which is a lot. Still a lot to go, but at the momentum and pace I've been going at, it's doing pretty well. But here, I'll just show you, so you have a little proof, I guess. There we go. We up. Yeah, it was a pretty tiring day today. It was gray and whatnot, so just low energy. But we got a workout in, so that was nice. Yeah, generally, honestly, I was actually really excited to write these scenes. We're not quite at the scene I really want to write. That was really exciting, but I'm building up to it. And honestly, the last scene break was probably one of the most fun scene breaks I got to write in a while, other than maybe the one like 3 chapters ago. Yeah, and that's actually one of the biggest things about just chapters in general. Like, depending on what length you're writing, I like to write really long chapters, and that's not just in general. Like, I like all sorts, all kind of, doesn't matter. The variety doesn't really matter. It's just for this book and this series, the chapters are coming out to be pretty long. Honestly, the last one was like a good 30 not the last one. The one before the last one was about 30 pages, 30 plus even. So yeah, so some of my chapters are absurdly long. But the thing is, like, it's not just one chapter. That's one scene that is kind of, hard to get through. I mean, depending on the person, right? I definitely don't get bored writing this at all, um, which is a good sign because, if you're having fun writing it, imagine the reader reading it. It's just that, you have to add scene breaks, different scenes so that when someone gets tired in the middle of the chapter, they can put the book down without having to kind of restart or find where they were at, or just have to pause at the top of the page like a lot of people do. I do that. So yeah, I do make scenes shorter, just a couple of pages each, depending on the scene. There have been chapters, for example, that are about just one big scene. Those are usually only important chapters that, it's only one big scene for a reason. Um, there's only a handful of those in this book. Usually they're split up. And that's an important thing, splitting up chapters. How do you do it so that it remains interesting? And now, of course, you want chapters to end on unanswered question, and a mystery, or a little cliffhanger, or a big cliffhanger, all sorts of things to make it exciting. One of my biggest tips, honestly, is have your chapter or even scenes. This applies to whatever length you're writing. Is whatever you begin with, you want the emotion that you started with to change by the end. So you want to, if you start with a exciting chapter, you want to end with something more solemn, as something chill. If you're, starting with something happy, you want to end it with something sad or angry. And it's the same way, the other way around. You want to surprise the reader, and honestly, you want to surprise yourself too. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised by how often that happens. I myself, I write scenes based on the very loose outlines I leave for myself. Nowadays, that's how it is. I used to not do that, but it would take me a little longer to get the chapter right, or at least in the kind of flow that I wanted to. So I would take longer breaks in between writing. And now I have a lot more of a not a formula, because a formula implies that it's the same kind of structure, same kind of, it's repetition. I mean, just a flow. You want to figure out a flow before you get there. Now, that's a big thing with what was I talking about even? It's just it doesn't matter. You want to keep. It's so funny. You want to keep uh, a kind of steady pace of different emotions, and you want to transition it. So that's the thing with from scene to scene. Of course, you can have two scenes that have similar emotions or tones, that kind of deal. You want to make it exciting. You want to mix it up. Um, yeah, I was just generally, let me go onto my tab right here, because yeah, I have this kind of my structure for the scene is, or the chapter, my bad, is four scenes. Yeah, this is what I was actually going to talk about. So that I have four scenes, and I often have, it's based on just whatever cliffhanger or mystery or unanswered question um, I leave at the end of the first scene. I then transition to the second scene, and so it makes it more exciting. And for this chapter, for example, I need four different scenes to follow this kind of scaffolding of different tone, atmosphere, emotion, plot, characters, just the character reactions, um, or choices that they make, ideas they get. But a lot of it is also reacting to externals. So it doesn't always work out the way I plan it. So that's the beauty of, I think, being kind of 50-50 when it comes to the gardener, architect, pantser, planner kind of thing, where um, I have this structure set out for myself, these four scenes, but sometimes I actually mix a scene together, or whatever I didn't, whatever felt right or wrong in the moment. So if the end of the scene doesn't quite fit and I feel like I could end it earlier because that has more of a cliffhanger, then I just take whatever is from that scene, add it to the beginning of the next. So that's about it, to be honest. I think that's a pretty useful tip. I don't know where I learned that from, but I do remember learning it, I think, around the time I was writing my first book. Because before that, like, you just know so little. You know so little. It's really not. Um, it's not easy to figure this stuff out on your own. But if you do analyze stories in your free time, because if you don't just read for entertainment and you do generally like pick apart why things work, why things don't work in certain stories, you kind of do pick this up on your own. Like if you watch a good show, especially shows, other than books, I would say this really applies to, where the end of the episode is always a cliffhanger, because why wouldn't it, right? Unless it's an ending to something like an arc, um, a season, or whatever, right? It's always one cliffhanger after the other. The severity and the intensity varies, but there's always something. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I'm pretty tired, so that's why the middle of this section probably didn't make all that much sense. But yeah, yeah, I'm excited to get to this other stuff later, but I'm tired. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get to more of the screenplay, but that usually doesn't really matter. It's mostly about the novel and the marathon of getting to the end of it. So that's what I'm gonna keep in these videos. The stuff for the screenplay, I'll update you once I have anything substantial. Right now, I'm just kind of refining and planning while writing just little bits every single day. So it's 8:20 p.m. now. I might get a page or two, um, whatever works. But yeah, that's day 10. That's day 10 right there. Tomorrow's day 11. Looking forward to it. I think I'll finally get to that really fun scene. Um, if not, that's sad. But you know what? I have the whole day to myself. If I don't wake up too late, I'll be able to probably, yeah, get to scene 4. Because right now I finished scene 1 and I'm about in the middle of scene 2, maybe even closer to the end. So then scene 3, I'll probably be able to finish tomorrow. I might actually just immerse myself enough to to be able to finish that and then get to the scene 4. But um, yeah, yeah, day 10's over. Let's get it. It was very fun. Uh, Maybe not the whole day on its own. That's yeah, that depended uh, on what I was doing. But the writing was great for today, so I'm happy with that. As long as we don't fall behind, it's all doing good. So yeah, see ya.